Guys, so I'm back. Alexis, BCBA, LBA in the state of Texas. So today, what I wanted to talk about is how I prepared for the exam and yeah, just how I prepared for the exam. Most people always ask you this question, like what did you use? How long did you study? What did you do to kind of do the same method so they can also pass too? So here's what I did. So first, I did do the study notes ABA 1 month cram. However, I did not read the Cooper chapters. I didn't read um, the book like at all. I glanced at it a few times for like just some follow up things, some questions I had about certain graphs, different baseline procedures, things like that. But other than that, I definitely did not read that Cooper book. Oops, don't know if I should be saying that. So what I would do is I would come home for work late, and I would I would listen to one video per night, and I would take notes. Take notes. I would take notes on basically everything they said. I would take notes on it, and then following the end of the video, what I would do is go back through, review the notes, and make sure that I can at least vocally say it. So then after I did that, what I then did was um, I also took mock exams. So I did the study notes ABA, then I took the mock exams. So the biggest one that I recommend and the one I use was studyaba.com. The the reason why is because it it makes you think more about the questions than about the concepts. So I feel like that's a lot of what the exam is. It's less about well, it's kind of equal about concepts, but it's really, do you truly understand what it is asking you? And I feel like Study ABA definitely gave me feedback and explanation for why this was the answer, and and what in the question made it be that answer. So that's one that I recommend. And that one was also fairly cheap, like $100 for um, a content mini exam. You got two baseline full exams, and then after you took all your content exams, you got two exams again. So definitely shows you your baseline, and then you study, you take your mini exams, and then you take the real exam and see where you are. So I always recommend that to my friends. So then after that, what I did before the exam was, like, maybe a few days before the exam, I pulled up and printed the entire task list, and I talked to my other BCBA friend, and I went through the task list and just talked about each single task, every single one. I went through, I talked about it, and I was able to do that. That's also one thing that that I've that I think really helped me, was being able to talk about it and know what I'm talking about. Um, so then the day before the exam, I actually took the day off. I turned off my phone. I did not get on Twitter, which I love. I just sat on my couch and watched anime. If you really want to know an anime, it was The Rising of the Shield Hero. I watched that whole season because that's like one of my top ones. I watched that whole season and just relaxed. Sometimes in the study groups, what I see is that people are asking, should I take an exam before, just a mock exam just to see? And the answer is no. You really should just relax, give your brain time to just cool off, process all the information, and, go to the exam in the morning or the next day. So, yes, process and just hit it fresh in the morning. Um, so that's what I would say. And then from there, what happened was I was the morning of the exam, I was super, super anxious. I thought it would be a good idea to schedule my exam at 12 noon, but then that gave me from 8 to 11:30 to be anxious and want to open up a book and want to take an exam or want to do all of these things. But I just kind of relaxed. And actually, at like 9, I went to the test center just to see if I could be able to take the exam, and I totally was able to, and so I took my exam a little bit earlier. I would say I did take the whole time for the exam. Actually, it came like a few minutes, a few seconds before the exam was ending, and I was like, "Oh no, no, no! I hadn't finished." So I did take all of my time. So that's another recommendation I would have. If you are taking those mock exams, make sure you're timing yourself and you're calculating in that you don't stop the timer on the real exam to take a break. If you want to take a break, that's fine, but the exam will still keep going. And if you think you need to take a break, please take a break, but just time it adequately that you have enough time to be able to at least finish your exam. Um, and then when I was close to the end of the exam, of course, then I felt so anxious, saying, "Oh, I totally failed. I totally failed," but I actually passed the first time. So I definitely felt like I went in knowing all the concepts, but the questions are fairly tricky. So that's why I think that it's more of reading and understanding exactly what it's asking you. Okay. So, with that being said, woohoo, this is my second video done. I feel like a big girl. Subscribe, like, comment, and let me know what you guys think or if there's anything that the next video should be on. I'm thinking measurement. That's kind of like an easy one, measurement, and we'll just go from there. Cool. Awesome. Thank you.